It is a pleasure to welcome to the program Juliana Taimoorazy, who is the founder and executive director of the Iraqi Christian Relief Council. Ms. Taimoorazy, it's a pleasure to have you on. I'm sorry that it's been so long.
Thank you, Lars. Thank you so much for having me on to shed light on this dire situation in Iraq.
Well, what is going on in Iraq? You tell me that Christians there are under assault.
They have been since 2003. But before I talk about that, I'd like to give a brief explanation to your audience, to your listeners, who Iraqi Christians are. The Assyrians, also known as Chaldeans and Syriacs, really have lived in Iraq for over 6,700 years. We are the first people who converted to Christianity as a nation. We still speak Aramaic, the language of Christ. And there has been a systematic assault, systematic religious and ethnic persecution underway since 2003.
So we know who they are. Why are they under assault now? And how does it tie into our liberation of that country?
Mm-hmm. Well, there are quite a few reasons. Number one, the return of Islamic militancy has been a very big factor here. Al-Qaeda delivered a message years ago saying the Iraq should be an Islamic state, and we will not rest until we do so, and they're delivering their promise. Also, because we're Christians, we're linked directly to America, and if there is any hatred towards America, the hatred is reflected upon us, and they take their revenge on us. Also, a bigger reason is they're doing this to destabilize the country. As you know, since March 7th of 2010, there has not been a government in Iraq. So it is really a free-for-all for Al-Qaeda, and they have made it a safe haven for themselves. And unfortunately, the American policy has not protected the Iraqi Christians so far.
Juliana, as much as people are hearing this and probably thinking they feel for the Christians there who are under attack from the Muslim majority, what is it that anybody here can do about it?
Quite a few things, Lars. If they visit our website, IraqiChristianRelief.org, there's a petition there that they can sign. The petition demands the American government to provide security for our people. There are quite a few things that we are demanding. We want protection and security from sovereign countries, for mainly America. We don't have militia, Lars. We don't have weapons. We don't blow ourselves up. So we need to protect our own. We want our men and women to be trained to protect our churches, our families there. We want our rights to coexist alongside of the Iraqis, the Muslim Iraqis. Another thing that is really at this point a long shot is we want economical development there. I believe wholeheartedly if the economy is developed there, the Al-Qaeda will not be able to bribe militants just because they want to put food on their table to launch these attacks. So if your listeners would go to IraqiChristianRelief.org, they can sign this petition. We're also an aid organization. We are a 501c3. If they want to donate, we can provide projects for Christian orphanage. A lot of kids have become orphans. There are a lot of widows that are unable to work, and we provide them with money to sustain themselves.
Do you see Christians there wanting to leave that country at some point since they are in such a severe minority situation?
Yes, thank you for asking that question. Before 2003, there were about 1.4 Christians there. Now we have about only 500,000 left. Let me briefly explain to you how the whole attack started systematically. From Baghdad and south, there has been religious persecution, meaning they gave us three options. Either convert to Islam, pay jizya, which is a form of tax that non-Muslims pay during war, or convert to Islam. And if anyone does not obey by these laws, by these options, they will be killed. Our clergy have been beheaded. Our archbishop was poisoned in 2008 in Mosul. There was a young man of 14 that was crucified because he refused to convert to Islam. There was an infant who was broiled and served to his mother after his kidnapping. I mean, the list goes on and on. And if you visit our website, I have to warn you, there are gory pictures. But that is the reality that Iraqi Christians are living in.
Remind the folks listening where the website is and how they can help out, Juliana, and we'll make sure that we have you back on regularly so that we can remind people the plight of Christians there. I guess before I let you go, let me ask you about one thing. The president... speaking, I believe he was in Indonesia today or yesterday, our time, said that that Islam is a tolerant religion. And I guess that kind of stuck in my craw somehow, because I see all these news stories that cross my desk that have to do with the way that Christians are treated in many Muslim countries. Not all, but in many Muslim countries, sometimes even countries where Muslims aren't a majority, but they're just a significant minority, and Christians are treated pretty badly. They're, in some cases, killed because of their beliefs. And I guess I hear the president say that, and I think that the behavior, not just of terrorists worldwide, but of people in Muslim countries, belies the president's words.
You know, not all Muslims are terrorists, as we know.
Yep.
There are many Iraqis themselves that say Iraq is a flower, and the Christians are like the scent of that flower. However, the group that has become militant, they give the entire Islam a bad name. Unfortunately, I'm gravely disappointed in our president because he has not made a statement. He has not, to my knowledge, has not condemned these attacks. There was an attack against our church on October 31st. Lars, 68 people got killed. 75 were injured. If you visit our website, there's a video, YouTube there. You can visit that. Majority of those people who are worshiping in this church have been somehow killed or injured. Today, there were 15 homes, Christian homes, that have been bombed. 3 killed, 26 injured. Why is the State Department silent? Why is the world silent? And if anyone has delivered a statement, I think after 7 years of this persecution, has become just a lip service. We demand the Congress to come together to put pressure on the State Department. We really, really need to do something. Lars, we are a race that is on the verge of extinction. If you talk about Christianity, that's one aspect. The other aspect is our ethnicity. We're about 3.5 or 4 million people left in the world, and we are being ethnically cleansed at this point. So we really need the democratic countries to come to our cries. We had several demonstrations throughout the world this week, and hopefully we are making a change.
Website to remind people?
IraqiChristianRelief.org. Any donation, you can make donations through PayPal. Everything is 501c3. Everything is tax exempt, and we can prove to you the work that we do in Iraq. On our website, you'll see we have aided students that were bombed in May. We are going to provide money to orphanages and to widows and people who are unable to work.
Ms. Taimoorazy, thank you very much. We appreciate you coming on tonight.
Thank you so much, and God bless you and your listeners, Lars. I look forward to talking with you further.
And the same to you and your friends as well. Back in just a moment, 15 minutes after the hour, you're listening to The Lars Larson Show.
In my interview with Lars Larson, I stated the number of Iraqi Christians as being 1.4. I intended to say 1.4 million people.